Yeah, some of the parents for know what you them are going with, you know. Don't allow your youth them to roam the street. Take responsibility for the youth them. You know what I'm doing tonight? You know what I'm going tonight?
Denise Francis. Remember what? 3 more questions. Come on, people. 3 more questions.
And I'm waiting for red flag there.
Rudy, just ignore it, Rudy. Ignore it.
Hold up. You just step out.
Rudy?
Already gone.
Rudy is frozen.
Listen, man, I was born here, yeah? East Ender, born and bred, and you.
I'm good, I'm
Let's
good.
have our own conversation. Forget about them lot.
I must say, first of all, those who are on YouTube, make sure you subscribe to YouTube, our Anything Goes YouTube podcast. And then when we go live, you get the notification.
Young people, plenty of money. Down in the milk round. You remember the milk round?
Yeah, and the reason being is that, number one, that the way how things are taught is well beneath.
15 minutes with DJ Country Man and Rudi Lickwood. Saturday morning mayhem with 2 entertainment heavyweight. Join them with interviews, comedy and quizzes.
Child support money for you or something.
I'll chance that, Babs.
Rudi Lickwood from the world of comedy and DJ Countryman for the world of music.
Morning, darling.
Hey, everyone. Hey, Walsh.
So, I can start.
My internet's awful.
Join them for interviews, comedy and quizzes with the yes and no game.
Hello. Hello.
DJ
Goodbye. 3 times.
He's gone. So the He's gone, man. He's gone.
15 minutes with Rudi Lickwood and DJ Countryman. Saturday mornings, gonna be the same again.
Why, we're there. Natasha didn't expect to be on.
That was soon.
Natasha did not expect to be on, man. Morning, country, man.
Morning, Kings. How you doing?
I'm alright, babe.
King. Where's the king there?
Well, you got your crown on, innit? He got his crown on, innit?
No,
Leave him, darling. Leave him. I saw him staring it.
It's just cold.
Miserable. Always miserable.
Always miserable. Always miserable. I'm always miserable. Look on him.
Mind everybody, wagwan.
Yeah, wagwan. Oh my God.
Hello, good morning. Are we live?
Yeah.
No, we're not live.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
Good morning. Thank you.
Very, very attractive.
It is looking attractive downstairs, isn't it? It's looking nice.
The hair look good.
Oh my God. I feel like I'm being sport here, man. It's been a long time since I've been on top of 2 women. I'll tell you that much.
Have you ever been?
No. No.
I'm not getting involvement in the argument.
In your dreams.
In his dreams, okay. Well, not just in his dreams, on live streams.
In live. But outside cold, man.
And sun are shine.
Is the sun shining? It must be shining in Birmingham.
Where I am, because remember, 36th floor, the sun are shine and the snow on the ground. That is a recipe, and I quote, I know I'm going to be sexist. Who care? That is a recipe for woman. Sun are shine and snow are fall. That's what I'm saying.
So they're going to be out there half naked but dropping down?
No, that means the weather confused. The weather confused. That's all I'm saying. The weather confused. That's all I'm saying.
One time my brother came from Jamaica, so he's never been.
Good morning, people.
Good morning.
Good morning,
Morning, Spice. How you doing, darling?
I'm good, thank you.
Yes, Spice make everything look nice. Come in.
What was you saying? Somebody was just now saying something before the doorbell rang.
Yeah, my brother came from Jamaica, came to Birmingham, and it snowed. And him say, my sister, him said the snow looks so pretty out there, me just want to go out there. She said, but me go out there, I step 1 foot and it just dashed me down.
Hey.
Yeah, we've got a lot of snow outside, I'm afraid, because I'm in Birmingham, there's a lot of snow.
And him said, what kind of sun you have in Britain? Him said, sun of Jamaica hot, how no sun so cold?
Wow.
Wow. That's snow outside. You call that snow?
Is that snow or is it sleet?
No, we got snow.
Have you not got proper snow? I'm talking about
proper snow. That was snow, and the roads are slushy.
How deep is the snow?
Probably about 4 or 5 inches.
Wow.
5 inches.
That is snow.
That's snow, man. The shit is snow.
Carl is asking, have you not put on your central heating yet?
What for? Nearly a year without central
My heating's on. I'm in Birmingham. My heating's on. Talk to countrymen, not me.
No, I don't care. Nearly a year without central heating. Nearly a couple more days.
Is it because it just needs fixing?
No.
He's a single. Countryman, are you single?
What?
No woman is staying in no cold house with you.
Them go 1 minute.
Something.
Them go 1 minute. Them stop after them yards, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the thing. No single woman sitting going in a cool house. Like, no. Put on your heating.
Actually, it's a flat.
Yeah, it's a flat. It's
Morning,
a flat,
everybody.
It's a flat that he's living in, not a house.
36th floor, and they're building another one on top. And them asked me if we want the top one. So
Hi, Plush.
Are they going to put you in the penthouse?
No, ask me if they want it. May have first refusal.
There's a penthouse where I live here, and it's beautiful. Like if you're ever gonna have gatherings and stuff like that, it's like they've got a whole big garden outside on a balcony. Like you could have a proper party up there. So it's something to consider. But you have to mind the pigeons.
Nice.
I'm gonna have it because if the lift broke down, nobody can come upstairs, so I'll be all right.
Wow.
D-man, Auntie Gwen said you look confused in your t-shirt and your bubble hat.
Oh, God.
I'm not confused.
Lord God.
It's just outside, sun shine and snow on the floor. That is more confusing than me. But I'm all right today because it's getting warmer today. And if you notice, it's not getting so darker early. Now we're getting darker like 5 o'clock. So the weather getting warmer. So we have to adjust to the weather.
Sorry, I heard 5 o'clock.
What?
Yeah, 5 o'clock.
Imagine you saying 5 o'clock. 5 o'clock.
A 5 o'clock in the morning. A 5 o'clock.
Nasty. Sorry.
I want to catch my eye. Is that a problem?
No.
You can't catch my eye. I don't like none of one. Honestly, I don't like none of one. I feel like kicking all out.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
I ain't doing you nothing.
Why would you want to kick out all these lovely women, man?
Something to do.
Mine, because the world has changed. The world has changed, my friend. Well, mine says.
I wonder if a woman a beat man nowadays.
Yeah, what the give some pattern pan in my head.
And it's not even a joking matter. It's actually true. There's a lot of male domestic violence.
And you know what? I'm not surprised.
I think there was a program on it.
With the way in which lockdown has got everybody at the moment, it wouldn't be surprising that domestic violence has gone up in truth.
Yeah, definitely.
I'd like domestic violence, because first and foremost, they have to walk up the stairs.
So how much How much
Wow.
floor?
36 floors. 36
And your
floors.
flat's cold.
Yeah, so there will be domestic violence in there because me and them will be fighting because me not put on my central heating. Nobody.
Me and you wouldn't be fighting coming our visit.
Out here!
Hey, Althea.
Hi, morning,
Hello,
guys.
darling.
Hi.
Out here.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, darling, with your locks out. Look at her with her locks out.
Oh,
Got mane of hair. It's beautiful.
It is,
Out
isn't it?
here.
couldn't do anything with it this morning. Wouldn't go in one, wouldn't go in two, wouldn't go anywhere. So this is just very easy.
Don't have to do anything. It looks magnificent, my queen.
Oh,
Yeah, for
beautiful.
real, man.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Hi to everybody. Everybody looks so bright and airy and fresh, like it's 2:00 in the afternoon.
2 o'clock. Listen, mate. I went out just to pop to the shops a moment ago, and I see somebody step in his car. He turned the key, and all he could hear was tea. I said, the car got COVID. Tea.
Oh,
Well,
we've
go on,
all
shoe
had that.
doctor.
We've all been there.
Shoe doctor in the house. How you doing, shoe doctor? Big up shoe doctor, man. Big up shoe doctor, man. Got to big him up. Big up that brother every time.
Morning, shoe doctor.
Every time. Coach
Hi,
Astrid.
Astrid.
Hi, Astrid.
Morning, man.
Morning.
Morning.
Do you normally
Rudi,
have so
hang
much
on.
women in the house?
It coming like a dance.
Coming like a bar ring to me.
Quiet this morning. Be man quiet.
Put the music on. Put the music
Hang
on.
on.
Top heavy again, isn't it?
Hang on, Rudi.
Yes, sir.
Can you put the woman with the locks in the middle? Please get her name.
Wait, I think we've got a guest who will be
Lady
coming in.
Reid, you
We've
mean?
got a guest coming in a minute.
All right, make the guest.
Who's going to be coming to talk to us? But
Okay,
I wanted to see how sharp everybody's brain was this morning, because you know it's Saturday and it's Saturday morning quiz. Yeah. So
Yeah.
we're just going to do something quick. Something really. This is really quick. Really quick.
79.
No, it's not.
4.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
Not
It's
79.
not. It's
No.
not. It's not.
It's not 4.
No.
It's not 4.
Oh, I don't know.
Let me tell you. I know. Let me tell you. I don't do mathematics.
Hang on a minute. I know. 1 minute. 1 minute.
It's the easy one, man.
Oh, this is when you start to do certain signs before the certain signs. In order. I left school that long ago. I don't know that method. Sorry.
0 is 0, isn't it?
Can't help you.
77 plus 2, 79.
Yeah, it is 79.
Either that was a trick question, because some people say anything times 0 is 0. So 79 or 0.
No, it's not. It's bad math. You have to use bad math.
Is it
Yeah,
96?
that bad math. I don't know how to use
No,
it.
bad
sorry.
math. Bad
96.
math.
Come with
Bad
it,
math.
country, man.
It's 96 or
You have to-
104.
Let me talk now. You have to use the bad math theory. You have to use the bad math theory. Brackets over something.
Yeah.
It's 104.
I don't know that though.
I don't know anything about brackets.
We left school too long ago.
Too long.
Too long ago, man. That foolishness came out recently, innit?
Bad math. You should brackets first.
There's no
then
bracket.
Order.
There's
Then
no
division.
bracket there.
Then
There's no
multiplication.
bracket.
There
There's
is.
no
You have
bracket.
to put the
It's
bracket.
100.
Broader method there.
104.
Put the brackets in. Put the
All
whole
right.
the
May I keep my
brackets
mouth
in.
shut? May I keep my mouth shut?
You put the brackets around the 25 times 0, but I don't know whether you still do a minus.
Look at
there.
Rudy's face. Rudy's loving this. Look, watch him.
But it's 96 or
What's the answer,
104.
Rudy?
Countryman's going to tell you.
I know the answer.
But do you know the answer though, Rudy? Did you
You
not
have to use
work
bad
out
math.
yourself?
I know who know.
It's
Carl
79.
know.
It's 79.
Okay.
What?
It is 79. Yeah, I said that too.
No,
It
it's
is
not 79.
It is
It's not.
79.
It
It
is.
is.
It is.
Yeah.
How? Show us how. Work it out.
50 plus 50 minus 25
25 is
times
75.
0 plus 2 plus 2.
You just don't use the zero, basically.
No, 25.
25. Why are you not complicating the thing?
So what do we get for winning?
75 plus 4 is 79.
50 plus 50 is 100. Minus 75. Minus 25 is 75. Right? Times nothing is still 75.
No.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is. Nothing is nothing.
No,
Nothing.
20, no, you put brackets around the 25 and the 0, and 25 times 0
around 50 plus 50.
No,
Everything. Hold on. That's why none of you
around the 25 times 0.
Why
you
don't.
0.
But if there's no brackets there, why are we putting it there?
0 is 0.
Because it's a multiplication. You put brackets around the multiplication or the division.
0 is 0. Nothing is nothing.
But nothing times 25 is nothing.
It's
25 times nothing is nothing.
Hold on. If you had 25, wait 1 second. If you had 25 in the first place, you've got 25.
Mm-hmm.
And you times it by nothing. What have you got?
Still got 25.
You still got 25.
No, 25 times 1. No, 25 times 1 is 25.
Where you get the 1 from?
25 times. No. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If 25 times 1 is 25, how come 25 times 0?
Hang on. Lady Reid.
Yes.
Lady Reid, your here does not match up to your intelligence.
Oh no, I'll take that right back at you. No, that's going right back at you. That's not right.
25.
If that was 1,
you have to use bad math. You bracket everything.
No, but you bracket the multiplication first.
No, you don't.
Yes, you do.
You bad math. 50 plus 50 plus 50s.
No, if you're intelligent, no, right. So if you're intelligent, no, right. No, that's wrong. That's wrong.
Again, we're having a maths lesson for someone.
That's wrong.
Right.
Now, I tell you what to ask.
Jesus Christ, countryman, we have pure ladies in the room. The testosterone seems as though they're all zinking at the same time. Tarotted.
I give up.
You didn't even give thanks and praises because I called it out straight off. I gave you the 2 answers, so the women are winning. Let's just get that.
So what 2 answers did you give?
So I gave the right.
Lord gosh, you're gone. Pure back.
Gone, she's gone and never coming back.
You have to try mouth shut.
Keeping her mouth shut.
You guys are wrong, man. Wrong.
By the way, ladies and gentlemen, that logo that you can see next to Natasha is Natasha's logo. Natasha, just tell us two minutes about what you do.
United We Rise.
Yeah, so I'm the founder of Black Wall Street London, which is an Afrocentric exhibition marketplace and business development hub. We are campaigning for the Black Million, which is a crowdfunding campaign trying to raise money to buy our own premises. We support over 70 active Black-owned businesses. Big up.
Big up. Look like Rudi and Country going to get boss up this morning. We now get boss up. But we do have a guest, ladies and gentlemen. We do have a guest who's going to be popping in any minute. I can see that he's in the green room. His name is Teswal White. Teswal White is the name. I'm sure what he's got to say to us is going to be quite interesting. I'll just wait for him to lick the bell. Whoa, morning, Tez.
Morning, people. How we doing?
Hi.
Morning.
Good.
Morning.
Hello, Tez. I just realised who it is. You're right.
There's only one me, There's only one of me.
With a name like that, I'm not surprised. Teswal.
My name is Tez. That's why. I'm familiar with him.
Tiswas, that's it. Tiswas, that today.
All the 1980s crew representing.
No.
Nah.
Nah.
Me is the 1960s, Me is 1960s. I'm in the mind to hear that.
No.
Last show was like 1983, wasn't it? So
I don't know. I don't know. I just see
big man in the room. Big man in the room.
Let's Google it.
Good.
Big man in the room. Well,
Rudi, a lot of Birmingham people in it, Rudi.
Yes.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
That's okay.
Anybody if you're from Birmingham, raise the hand. Brap, 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 brap.
Brap, brap, brap.
Brap, brap, brap. I'm just saying, Rudi. I'm just saying. Anyway, let's carry on.
Yeah, if you're from Birmingham, yeah. Go on, raise your hand, go on, raise it. Raise it.
Okay. That's an illegal use of the boot.
You remind me of Donald Trump.
Oh my god. Before we get into Tez, we have to big up our sponsor. We're all very, 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 very proud of him. And I'm sure that nobody will mind if I just do this.
It's time to spice up your food with One Shot Marinade, the authentic Caribbean seasoning. Good tasting food is at the heart of Caribbean culture, and seasoning is essential to the flavour of any tasty dish. Available in 4 flavoursome varieties, One Shot Marinade has been developed to bring generations of culinary knowledge from the melting pot of the Caribbean direct to your kitchen. So, whether you're preparing an elaborate island dish or a quick tasty snack, choose One Shot Marinade. A little bit of Caribbean history in every bottle.
Okay, excellent. So we're actually in the zone of 15 minutes with DJ Countryman and Rudi Lickwood. This is where we introduce somebody onto the platform for 15 minutes to explain to us and tell us exactly what they do. Would you like to take over from here, Country?
So we have Tez. Sorry. I'm going to explain to you what him do. And we're going to talk to him. So let me start. So brother Teswal, name again, Teswal.
Come on, man, bro, man. I don't expect that kind of behavior from you, Country.
It's not behavior. It's countryman. Okay, let's make a start. Tez. Let's make a start, though. Explain to everybody now what you're doing here, what you're not doing here, and what you're out to achieve. Not from it. What you're going to achieve from it. That's a lesson plan there. So, but hey, okay, cool.
Yeah, so my name is Teswal White. I'm the founding director of Activating Creative Talent, also known as ACCIC. We're essentially a youth development organisation based in the West Midlands. And, I'll tell you a little bit more about the organisation, what it is that we do. And probably a little bit about how I actually got into this in the first place. Is that session plan?
Okay. Let's keep going. Lesson plan. Well, keep going, boss. Bear in mind, yeah. Bear in mind.
You just introduce.
Okay, bear in mind. At some point, somebody going to interject and ask you something about what you do and what you not do from what you do.
Yeah, cool.
Somebody might ask if you've been in prison. I don't know. I don't know. But hey, story for that case.
Why did that come up?
It's just
God knows.
The thing about youth workers, isn't it? I've been a youth worker for 20 plus years. So,
sorry, how long you been doing a youth work?
Probably about 22 years now.
Okay. You find the job good, bad, up, down, side?
It's good. It has its ups and its downs. You know what I mean? It's very fulfilling work. So there's a good sense of achievement where you feel that you've kind of worked with somebody and you help them to kind of progress in life. But then it can have its ultimate kind of lows, like when we lose life, like we've just done in Birmingham.
15-year-old kid.
Yeah, so those things really, really impact us because we often know people who are linked to that particular young person, and we try our utmost to prevent and reduce youth violence in the city. So obviously, when that goal isn't achieved, do you see what I'm saying? It has a negative impact on us all,
Yeah, because the thing is that your organization is called Activating Creative Talent, which is mentoring programs. that
That's
you
right.
put together, and I believe you've got three sections to this. Yeah. So if we can break down the actual programs that you do, the mentoring programs that you do.
Okay, cool. So essentially, we say we're involved in youth development. So we have 3 different levels of service that we offer, as Rudi was saying. So the first level of service is critical intervention, and that really works with high risk young people who are impacted or living or amongst what we call gang impacted environments. And so there's a high risk of them becoming involved in gangs and youth violence or child criminal exploitation. So we do a lot of work to try and disrupt that exploitation and disrupt that pathway where young people are getting involved in criminal activity, in violence, etc., etc. And that program itself, we typically do a lot of wraparound support. So we do one-to-one support with that particular young person. We'll support the family. We'll try and build up the resilience of that young person, try and stop them from, inform them as well, actually. You know what I mean? So our key thing is about building relationships. So one of the things that we notice is that not enough of our young people have these kind of critical relationships with adults that they can start to voice their real concerns. I'm not talking about a parent-child relationship, because that dynamic is very different, but somebody where they feel like they can actually talk to and let them know what's actually going on really inside their head, and not just tell you what it is that they think you want to hear. Okay. So building that relationship is critical to what we do.
So, okay then, one question. I got a level 4 in mentoring, yeah? So mentoring is predominantly face-to-face, yeah? With the COVID situation, what's going on now, the lockdown where we have now, has that had
an impact?
Yeah, massively. The other levels of services that we also offer also look at going into schools and doing what we're calling like a lot of early intervention type work. So really going upstream to try and prevent young people from going down this road in the first place. Trying to prevent young people from getting excluded from school is one of the key pieces of work that we do. And so obviously with the schools now shut from lockdown and have been, in the first lockdown, that's massively impacted our work. We had to change the way that we were operating. So we had to create basically an online or a virtual mentoring service. But we still do our critical intervention or face-to-face work where necessary. So when we're working with high-risk young people who are less likely to engage, especially in the first times that we're kind of meeting with them, engage with us on the phone, a lot of that needs to be about building relationships. And it can be very difficult to build relationships over the phone, but not impossible, as we found in the last 9 months alone. So
how you finding it? And you say it's not impossible, and okay, I teach online to us, and I hate it like a passion. How you find it? You've just gone from seeing somebody face to face to picking up the phone, blah 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 blah. How you actually finding it? You personally finding it?
Yeah, it can be difficult, but again, a lot of the relationships we've already built with people. So where we've got existing relationships, it can go quite well. Where we've got to build relationships from the beginning and just be like picking up the phone for the first time and having that conversation with them. We do it gently. So I won't try and be on an hour phone call with a young person for the first time that I'm having a conversation with them. It might be just for a couple of minutes, introducing who we are, what we're doing, what we're trying to achieve with that particular young person. We might be using things like WhatsApp and texting back and forth, which is a really good tool for us in this day.
I guess that's the way that youngsters communicate, isn't it? More through
exactly. So trying to use the tool. So a lot of them they're used to texting, and they probably prefer texting. And one of the objectives of what we're trying to do is obviously trying to make young people become more reflective, so that can start to help them with their decision making. So sometimes asking questions via that communication and getting them to think about their responses before they put it down to us can actually be quite a good tool because they're having to think about what it is that they're saying before they say it.
Okay. And do you find that is it predominantly girls, or is it boys, or is it who are more at risk?
Yeah, so it's we do have both girls and boys on the program. Predominantly boys is always an issue there, and that's not necessarily because there are less girls going through problems. It's just that the way girls express those problems is quite different from the way boys are more visible. We know when boys have got a problem because they're letting everybody know about it. Girls probably less so. How do the girls show it? What are the signs that parents,
need to look out for?
Yeah, what do we need to be looking out for?
Yeah, so again, things like just becoming a bit more insular, not talking, not communicating, would be one of the things. Whereas, like I said, just in polar opposite, if we put you in a school example, boys can be kicking off and will visibly show signs of disruption, whereas girls will be more dealing with just gate and silence, withdrawing. So they will tend to withdraw more, so it's less visible. So again, if you're not given a problem, then people are not necessarily seeing you as a problem, and therefore a lot of the underlying issues for a girl can be not being,
self-harming practices.
Exactly, and then that's when you
internalize it, don't they?
There you go. So we start seeing things such as self-harming, a lot of anxiety issues. Mental health starts to creep in. In fact, mental health is a critical part of all of this that we're talking about, and is not a separate issue. A lot of people seem to think that when we start talking about boys and youth violence, that there's mental health is not part of the picture. It very much is so.
Do you offer a counselling service as well for the young people, or do you offer a counselling service, or do you signpost them to counselling?
We do. So that's one with our virtual mentoring program, which is actually called the Youth Inclusion Support Program. What we do is we give young people a mentor, and then they're able to also receive counselling. They can get education support, particularly again with the lockdown. So we know that that's have a massive impact on people's education. So we're literally offering some of the people that we're working with education support. They can get their counselling, they can get careers advice, or they can get what we call that critical intervention support. So yeah, that's what we try to do. We try to make sure everybody gets a mentor, and then look at what other services they need on top of that.
Could you tell us
organizations that we work with to provide that counseling?
Thanks. Could you tell us a little bit more about your 30-week program?
So the third level of service, what we do is it's about how do we actualize people's talents, and it becomes our namesake. So activating creative talent. So we're teaching people around leadership. We are helping people to become more entrepreneurial. We're actually teaching practitioners at the moment in the methodologies of actually how do they work with gangs and youth violence. In fact, we run the only qualification within the UK, which is literally called Working with Gangs and Youth Violence, and that's an open college network, or an OCN level 3 qualification. And that's delivered over a 30-week period for the certificate, where we're literally seeking to create specialists. We have a real need for specialists on this agenda to work with, to know how to work with young people who have been impacted by gangs and youth violence. So we teach that.
Wow, interesting. Right, Spencer pop-up. Spencer Ferguson, who do one shot sauce. Big up one shot sauce. Him say, have you ever had a difficult child, and how do you handle that difficult child? Suppose you get somebody like me now, how would you handle me?
We have nothing but difficult children. I mean, difficult is perhaps the most revealing because that's the interpretation of that child's behavior. And what we see is children's behavior as an indicator of underlying issues. So actually, when we're talking about difficult child such as yourself, we would just need to build that relationship with you, countryman, and and get you to the point where you've got that level of trust in us, where you can start to open up about what some of the underlying issues are.
Because you mentioned earlier on that you have practitioners, yeah?
Yes.
Are these people that can train and can get into youth work? If you tell us a bit about how you eventually got to where you got to, because now you're running a program, you know, because there may be people out there who might want to get involved in youth work or might want to work alongside an organization such as your own. And also tell us exactly where you're based.
Yeah, so we're based at the Legacy Centre, what was known as the Drum, the Epic Drum in the West Midlands, based in Aston. So now run by Cypher and his team, the Legacy Centre. So we're based there. We have offices that are there. That's where our administrative office is based. Just in regards to the course and obviously working with practitioners, we have lots of people who have interests who are coming from various different backgrounds. Some of these people are social workers, some of them are mentors, people are coming from lived experience, some people are coming from families that have been impacted by gangs and youth violence. We've got mothers, fathers. We'll have, specialist people now that are being formed. There's exploitation teams being formed around the country at the moment with the new buzzword around county lines and child exploitation. Yeah. We'll have youth workers, many nurses, literally people from the NHS, police, you name it. And so we're getting, a lot of people are very interested in understanding some of the psychological aspects. What are some of the drivers behind youth violence? How do people end up in this situation? How do we get them out even? And how do we protect ourselves? How do we work in this agenda, but actually keep ourselves safe? How do we keep the young people that we're working with safe? So there's lots of questions that we've got. Basically, if you go onto our website, you want to check that out. You want to look at the modules that we teach upon. There are 8 different modules or units that cover, all the questions that you could possibly have to this in regards to this particular agenda, and how do we develop our own personal skill set so that we can actually start to intervene and disrupt this transmission of violence as we would have it. So if you are interested, even if you're coming from a background where actually you're just interested in trying to support people, and probably never done this work before, then I would always encourage you to come and visit our website, give us a call. In order to get onto the course, you have to go through an interview process. So we do have to make sure that you are suitable to come onto the program. And if you have that chat with us and you're not quite ready, then what we hopefully we can do is point you in the right direction, where you can go and get yourself prepared, in order to come onto a course like this, because it is a qualification. So there are assignments to do. There is a certain amount of so a lot of the times people are coming back. They haven't been in education since school. In fact, they've fallen out of school, and this is the first time to actually re-engage back in education itself. So it is a program that offers that. And there's a couple people from last year's course who actually have gone on to university at University College Birmingham. So yeah.
So give an example of okay, me come along now. Yeah, me want to do this course. Blah 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 blah. What would stop me after we done talk? Just one of the top ones, top whatever I don't have. You must have got an idea what after we've had our talk, what you're looking at the person to have, but they might not have. If you understand what I'm
saying. Sometimes it's just about timing. And again, it's about level of commitment. So you've got to be able to, commit to that level of study. So there's about we'd say about 8 hours a week you have to kind of commit. There's 3 to 4 hours in an actual direct session. We are delivering the program online at the moment, so you do have to be able to kind of connect with us through our online platform. And then there's about 3 or 4 hours that you're going to have to do with home study. So if you're not prepared to do that, or you're not in that position to do that at this particular time, then it may be something that you need to look at. I see a hand from Lady Reid. Go ahead.
Say somebody's interested, they go through the program, they gain the qualifications, they start working with the youth. Is it something that will eventually end up being paid?
Yeah,
or is it a voluntary thing?
Yeah, no. So we're creating specialists in this particular field. So at the moment, there are quite a few jobs that are being created and have been created to work in and along this gender. Right about now, there's youth work that's taken in hospitals. There are specialist child exploitation teams in social services. Youth workers are having to work with young people out on the streets. So there are quite a lot of jobs, even though this industry was decimated by the cuts. Over the last 10 years, we've seen the decimation of youth services. There is a trend where we're starting to see youth services start to be getting better resourced. And so there is going to be, an increase in jobs within this particular area. We now know with the impact of COVID-19, mental health is through the roof. And the impact, we've not really seen the full impact of the scale of the issue that we're going to be faced with here. So there's going to be a lot of resourcing of these types of jobs, and this just basically makes you the specialist. The people that come onto our course literally come back out at the other end. You're a specialist in what you do. You will go into your organization and you will be that specialist person who understands this picture. So a lot of the people who have come through our program end up going back into their organizations, and they're leading the agenda. They're informing what the strategy is for that organization. An organization such as myself, actually, when I went on the course, I reorientated the whole of the organization.
Oh, well done.
At CIC on the basis of this course. So I'm also the product of this particular program as well.
So it's more that.
Can I ask one question?
Oh wait, we'll take one more question from Spice because the 15 minutes is now up, unfortunately. But go
have
ahead.
you had any young people that you've helped and that have left and then returned back and wanted to go onto the course?
Yeah, I have actually. A few young people actually that I worked with some 10, 15 years ago have recently, I say recently, it's been a few years for them now, set up their own mentoring organizations. I was glad to actually recruit him and the two directors onto the course. Big up Callum, who's on the course at the moment with us, and Aaron, who are doing their thing. So yeah, so that's the type of stuff that happens. So sometimes we get those, and they're the feel good factors. They're the great case studies.
They're the success stories, yeah.
People that I've worked with who have come right back round and become youth workers and mentors and things of that nature. I always say, in terms of my own personal journey, as a many youth worker, I was youth worked, I was mentored. So I came from a position of being a bit rogue. Keep it real. God, Rudi,
bad boy. Keep it real, bad boy. We'll take
I had people who built a relationship with me, and were able to reach me and able to help me build a future for myself. Fundamentally, that's what they was able to do, and this is what this work's about: helping people to build a future for themselves where they didn't see no future. And oftentimes, that's what we're dealing with out here. Young people who cannot see no future. They do not see the opportunities that you see in front of you. They're coming from very a warped view. Yeah, it's a warped view. I can say that now, having been in that same view and having that same perspective, to the point where we're able to make that transition and see life in a completely different way. And I was able to go back to university where, you know, I'd kind of left school with no GCSEs, nothing to account for. I was able to go back to university through programs like this, and then go on to even develop my own organization. So
which we love. I mean, you go ahead, Natasha. I can see that yourself and Lady Reid will
Yes.
have the last question will be from Lady Reid, if that's okay. But go ahead, Natasha.
Yeah, Tess, I applaud you for what you're doing. I mean, the youth are, you know, are business entrepreneurs of tomorrow. So this is a really important factor to highlight. But you've told us what we can do as adults. But as kids in these situations, it's so important to have that visible first point of contact. So if I'm a kid in trouble with these problems, how do I get in touch with you? You know, what's the reach out point?
Yeah, so usually our reach out point at the moment is usually we're getting referrals. So, you know, you would have been working with somebody. You might have been in the, you know, you might be in the criminal justice system. So you've got a youth offending teams manager or worker. You may have encountered even the police, or a child exploitation team member. You know, we're getting referrals from schools, a lot of schools that we're working with again. So, and it's getting back to the point where we can start identifying young people early. Young people are not always going to jump up and say, yes, I've got a problem. You know, help me out. It does happen, by the way. I'm not saying it doesn't, but that's more of a rarity that takes place. And so we're looking for the adults to be able to identify these young people and put them into the, you know, into contact with not just my organizations, but there are many great organizations in Birmingham, in London. I know quite a few organizations in London, in Birmingham, that are doing this work. And one of the reasons why we do the training for this particular program, not that we create the course. The course has been around for some 8 years. It's just that we took it over a few years ago when the university could no longer run it. Is that I realized that the 200 to 300 people that we were impacted a year isn't enough.
Yeah,
we're now dealing with a culture.
I say that it's sorry to cut you, because a lot of the time we factor out the kids, and before the behavior is picked up by the parents, it's that circle of friends that recognise the madness that's going on before, you know, and a lot of the time we do factor that out. So it would be great if, you know, it could open up to the circle of friends of the individual who's in trouble, because they will be the first to notice that, you know.
Definitely take self-referrals, so that's not an issue either. I'm just saying that the majority of the referrals are coming from professionals, so it's not that it doesn't happen. It can happen. You know, we've been in schools and I've had people, you know, after being in school for a period of time, and we've got our mentors set up within the school. We do get young people that know that that's the space inside their school, that if they need somebody to talk to, that they will come and knock on our door. So oftentimes they've seen what we've done for other young people, and they'll come and knock on the door and be like, you know what, can I get onto this mentoring program? Can I get a mentor? You know, have you got 2 minutes of your time? You know, and we'll come and check us at a break time. So it does happen. We also do outreach work. So we've got, you know, we do have detached youth workers that literally will go out and engage young people in the streets. You're
doing an excellent job, my friend. You're doing an excellent job. And in answer to your question, Phil, please do check out the website details that's scrolling along the bottom. They can just basically go onto the website, if that's correct, Tez.
Yeah.
And would you like to ask your question, Lady Reid?
I suppose the question was this: if you've got a youth at home and you're concerned about that youth, are parents able to call you up and say, look, I'm a bit worried about A, B, or C? And I suppose the second bit of the question is, parents with the kids at home, what are they supposed to be looking for in order to refer to you?
Yeah. So, you know, that's a session in itself. And there are a number of webinars that are taking place at the moment. Not that we're delivering them, but again, there are organizations out there that are delivering this stuff. You know, so there are, you know, we work with a lot of organizations, you know, Epiphany People, First Class Legacy. There are a lot of organizations out there that are doing regular webinars that are showing parents, look, these are the signs that you need to kind of be looking for. If your child is wearing trainers and you didn't buy them trainers,
there's so many parents who
I'm not talking about even, £100, £150 pair of Nikes. I'm talking about, they've come home and they're wearing some of these very expensive Balenciagas, Valentinos. You're seeing them in designer. You're seeing them that money that you haven't given to them, and you don't know where that comes from. And let's be straight here. When your child's got money, it's just whether we're going to be a party to that, because actually we're surrounded by, and we're also suffering from poverty ourselves. So these are the things that we've got to observe and look out for and watch out for. Like I said, there's a whole session within itself. That's just one particular thing.
Okay, and on that note, I do have to bring a close to this session.
One more thing, sorry, Rudi.
Yes, sir.
Just to say that the website that's scrolling along the bottom, you can just drop the gangs course off and just use accic.org.uk, and that will bring you to our website. And there is a ton of information that's on there about our programs and how you can get in touch with us and how you can contact us. Or if you're interested in the gang course, you can use that link to go straight to the gangs course.
So quickly, you're on Facebook? Sorry?
Yes, we're on Facebook. Instagram, Twitter.
Yeah, if you just remind the people and where you're with them, because we live on Facebook, so we can. So if you just remind
Facebook. There's a Facebook page which is @CIC. So oftentimes we're using that as the acronym for action. So @CIC. Check us out on Facebook. You've also got my name there, Teswal White. Check me out on Facebook. The Instagram also @CIC, and the website, and you can get directly through to us.
So
take it away, Rudi.
I will, bruv. I will take it away. I'm going to say thank you for coming and spending this time with us and explaining to us exactly what you do. I've never seen Coach Astrid so quiet in my life. She was so
she hypnotizing.
With what you've been doing, and we're extremely proud of you.
I would appreciate it. Thank you.
Really, 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 really proud of you. But now you've joined us during our quiz section. Be careful, you're in the middle. There's a chance that you could get your eyes scratched out on this one. Right? Be careful. And what we'll do is, just to get things rolling along quickly, is we're gonna do the jumbled up letters. Okay, this is jumbled up letters. So it's for you to tell us now what are these jumbled up letters.
Spice.
Coronation Street.
Are we just calling them out?
Easy peasy, yeah.
I was gonna say EastEnders.
Whoa! That was quick.
Are we just calling them out then, Rudi?
That was beyond my processing. Wow.
Who got that? Me, Tad. I'm telling you, I'm not playing today. I'm not playing today.
I knew it, but I thought we were calling our names and then saying it.
No, you just file it up.
Okay, I'll just call it out. That's fine.
Just file it out. I believe that we're gonna describe somebody to you.
Who am I?
Off you go.
So, think like how I would have think, countryman. I'm going to give you a series of questions.
Oh, dear.
What's funny now?
What's this question then? I ain't got a clue.
So just think like how me would have think. There's a series of questions and you have to try and guess who the person is me talking about. Now, I'm going to eliminate one person first. That's Rudi. So I'm not talking about Rudi Lickwood. I'm not describing Rudi. Okay? So first one. I was born in September. 1972. I was born in Hackney, South London.
That's East London.
Oh, that just you wide awake. Just testing. Just testing. I'm just testing there.
I apologize.
Oh my God.
I wouldn't have known any different, to be fair.
So okay. So we've established a person born Hackney, East London.
72.
In 72. Yeah. I'm a well-known DJ.
Oh my God.
I have 2 children.
So, shoe doctor.
Wait,
no, just
shoe doctor is my friend.
He have 2 children.
In 2013, I was awarded most sexiest man. I was awarded an OBE.
DJ OBE.
I won the Road to Glory kickboxing event in 2016.
Come on, you should get this
Come
now.
on, man. This
Come
is
on,
easy peasy lemon.
Al Capone.
Al Capone don't even hack me.
No. He's not born 72, I don't think.
Okay, next one. Wait then, I am gone bad to Royal George. I have been nominated 4 times for a Golden Globe Award for Best Actor.
Idris Elba.
Richard Blackwood.
Say again?
Idris Elba.
Idris.
Okay.
Idris
got
Elba.
that? I did.
Idris born 72.
Wait, hold on.
I didn't realise he was the same age as me. Yeah, I got it.
Spice.
Why? Spice a bucks on the up, man.
Hey, women running things this morning.
Spice a bucks on the up this morning. Okay.
That was easy, innit? That was easy.
I thought that was easy. Well, I wouldn't say it was easy,
Well done,
but I think
Spice. Easy if you know it, yeah?
once you got to the boxing, I thought they would have got it.
The boxing.
I thought they would have get it from after them said them a shoe doctor, our friend.
Oh yeah, that's true. No, but they would have had to have watched Anything Goes on Wednesday.
Yeah. You see me clever?
They caught Anything
Tez,
Goes.
you let me down. You let me down, Tez. What happened?
Boy, so you threw me off with DJ. I was kind of like, DJ.
That's a good
Pen in town.
That was a good.
I think that's what threw us really. The
Really
DJ
the globe, when you start talking about global, my man. Yeah.
And then he done acting, and he played Hemdell in 2011. Was Hemdell, of course, Avengers.
Isn't he an actor foremost? Isn't he an actor first, rather than a DJ? Wasn't he actor turned DJ, or was he DJ turned actor?
He was actor turned DJ.
Actor turned DJ.
I thought so. Yeah.
Verona.
Remember, he's countryman's thinking, so he's countryman, yeah.
You gotta admit, I am good at it. Come on, I am good. Come on, give me a round of applause. Give me a round of applause for that quiz.
What for? No,
There you go.
Give nine. What you give?
It was good. Still, it was good.
You know how long it took me to do that? I had to sit down, I had to research, I had to
You
read.
mean you went on Wikipedia?
I had to write. Then I couldn't read my writing. Then I had to think. Then I had to make sure. I had to make sure it was in English, because we know a shoe doctor's there. Shoe doctor will start cuss me, and we have to make sure this, and we have to make sure that, and that is it. Next week we're going to be greater. Trust me.
Well, you didn't do it very well, because you said you didn't say East London, so you didn't do your research very well.
No, I said East London to waken up.
Right.
That's why I said South London. I said Hackney, South London, and the jump up. No, it's that waking up. Waking up.
Okay.
Have you got another question for us?
Whatever.
No,
right. Wait, hold on. So it's 3-0. If I'm correct, it's 3-0 to
Is it 2?
Is it 2-0
No.
to Spice?
No, no, Natasha's got one.
Oh, Tasha's got one. Where's Tasha there?
2 points.
Next year.
And I've got coronation.
There's only 2 questions so far. It's one all.
So it's 1 all.
It's 1 all.
We can do one more.
We'll do one more, which will give everybody an opportunity to pull back. You can only answer the question once I've asked. So no matter just jump in. See?
Tasha, you better win.
I know how you
know what it is.
You're gonna
Tasha,
see
you
what
better
it
win.
is in a minute. I'm just saying.
Tasha, you better win.
No matter just jump in.
Tasha,
Yeah?
you better win. Tasha, you better win. Tasha, you better win. Oh, God.
Right. Okay. So what you've got to do here is name the Muppet. Name the Muppet.
One
Can anybody
spice.
tell me who? Record this. Take this down as it's happening, countryman. Can anybody tell me who is number 1?
Chef, isn't it?
Yeah, but that's not enough.
That look like shoe doctor. No, Peter Terry. Why no wickedy? Number 1.
Don't know.
Okay, we'll give that.
I can't remember what country it was from.
Yes,
Finland, Sweden.
That's right. It's
Swedish chef. Swedish chef.
correct. Excellent.
Who was that one? Who was that one?
Spice.
That was Spice. Number 2.
Miss Piggy.
No, it's not. No, it's not. Sharon out of EastEnders.
Oh no.
Who got that one? Who got
Who
that
would I
one?
put on weight?
I think that one went to wait, hold on.
Natasha?
Yeah.
No, Angela.
No, that was me.
Was that Angie? Yeah.
Me first. I said it first.
Sorry, Lady Reid. Just have your phone. That's her side dish calling her.
Can't talk.
Yeah, you see, that's her side dish.
Can't talk.
I can't talk. That's her side dish. Your side dish that.
Can't talk. Number 3.
No clue.
No clue. Come on, Tez, man.
Anybody number 3?
I can't remember what his name is.
Don't know.
He's got no eyes.
That's Dr. Bunsen Honeydew.
Okay. Look like honeydew for true.
Number 4.
Animal.
Yes.
Animal.
That was Astrid, wasn't it?
No, it's me.
Wait, hold on, you got Spice again.
I used to watch Muppets.
Maybe you are. Number 5.
Fuzzy Bear.
Fuzzy Bear. Yeah, there you
Was
go.
that Shuey? I mean, Rudi.
That was Astrid.
That's Spice.
Astrid.
Number 6.
Judge somebody.
The old.
I can't remember what they were called.
The 2 man in the box, something like that.
It was the 2 man in the box. It was the 2 man in the box. But what's his name?
Donald Trump.
Cyril.
I can't remember their names.
We used to sit down on a Sunday. His name is Waldo.
Really?
Oh wow.
His name is Waldo.
No.
Number 7.
In that scooter.
Yep, correct.
Oh wow.
Who was that?
That was Spice.
It's your age group, though. Gosh, man.
I remember them.
My kids are watching this.
That was Spice. That was definitely Spice. What's the score so far, country?
Spice have 1, 2, 3.
Spice 10.
Astrid have 1, and Reid have 1, and
least I have one.
Tasha let me down.
Tasha, man, 1-1.
Tasha, you let me down, man.
The Muppets and the Fraggles. That's what I used to watch.
Tasha,
Number
you let me
8.
down.
Number 8.
Oh, can't remember them.
Chicken soup.
Lucky, I don't know.
Don't know.
Do you want to tell them, countryman?
I don't know.
Camilla.
Before my age time.
That's Camilla.
Camilla?
Yeah, Camilla. All right, number 9.
Kermit.
Kermit.
Astrid.
Kermit the Frog.
Kermit the Frog, actually. It's Kermit the Frog.
Exactly.
Who said that? Who said that?
We're giving that to Tez. We're giving that to Tez.
Who?
I got the full title first. I'll take that.
We're giving that to Tez.
Thank you.
I just want to check that you can hear me.
Number 10.
The Great Gonzo.
The Great Gonzo. The Great Gonzo.
Who was that?
That was
That's
Spice.
me.
That was me. Thank you very much.
It wasn't.
Yes, it was.
They've been working me left, right, and centre.
Right.
Hang on.
We're going to give it to Coach Astrid. We're going to give it to Coach Astrid.
Cool.
Look at her face. Jesus
How come
Christ.
Tasha don't get none yet? Tasha, you let me down, man. You let me down.
This is way before my time. That's why you got.
Tasha.
At the time, I think at the time Tasha was busy on stage on the pole.
Tasha,
Sorry,
if you don't
what
get
kind of
Tasha,
what kind of pole?
Tasha was busy. Tasha had 2 legs up singing. Tasha was singing around him time there. She was out in Mexico.
Tasha, if you don't get any right, I'm going to kick you off my Facebook.
Oh dear.
Where
Number
are we
11.
What number are we on?
Number 11.
Number 11.
Number 11.
Number 11.
Bird.
No.
Bird.
One
No.
bluebird.
He said something the eagle. I can't remember what his name was.
We'll give you that. That's Sam the Eagle.
Who's that
Okay.
one? Spice?
Eagle.
We'll give you that one.
Well,
Number 12.
Rolf the dog, and I remember that one.
That's correct again. Rolf the dog.
Spice.
Something that
Yeah.
Rock, and Spice and everything. Number 13.
This week seems to be her week, man.
I can't believe she can remember all those names from that
I
time.
love the Muppet Show.
Wow.
I love the Muppet Show.
Maybe.
That and Fraggle Rock.
Maybe she's a Muppet herself. Maybe.
You put the banana
And maybe you're one too.
Oh, you remember the
Maybe.
banana?
Don't ramp with Spice.
Number
Spice knows all
13.
the Muppet names.
Number 13. Number 13.
Lord. Look like Biden to me.
Joe Biden. Joe
Where's
Biden.
13? I can only see 10.
No, there's 13 there.
13.
After 10 comes 11. After 11 comes 12. After
Yeah,
12
it's right there.
comes
Yeah,
13.
right down. Yeah.
The one in the middle.
Oh, you just scroll down because I can't see
Yeah.
unless you can.
Harold.
No.
Not Harold.
Number 13. Number 13.
Don't know.
Number 13. Oh.
Ain't got a clue.
Tell them.
George
come
the
on.
janitor.
What
I
the
knew it was
hell?
that one. I knew it was
I
that one.
don't actually remember him.
Number 14.
Can you show him to me? Can you scroll up or down? Because I can only see up to number 10.
It's the one under the chicken. Under the chicken.
Hold on a second. Let me just check something because I think I'm going to have to remember this. And if you guys are having problems with seeing.
I could see them. I think it just depends what you got. Are you on your phone, lady?
No,
Yeah,
I'm on my... I can see it now. I'm on my phone.
Yeah.
No, I'm on my laptop.
Can you guys not see it?
Yeah, I could.
I can see it. Yeah. I can see
Where's
it.
Alfia gone?
She gone.
She Bex.
She gone after her side dish.
She gone.
Sideman call
Gone
her.
after her side dish. Where's she there?
Sideman call her.
Side man. Alfia!
Listen, you guys went
Come
way
back,
back.
Alfia. Come back.
Altia, we love you.
You vexed out there.
Well, you vexed, Alfia. What's wrong? She can't hear us, innit? Look how long we've been
You
calling
talking
you.
about me?
Yeah, we're talking about you.
Talking about it, man.
My battery went low and I thought I'd best get this before it goes off.
Right, this is the last one.
Number 15.
Oh, it's the one with something the pimp. I don't know.
Number 14.
Looks like a pimp anyway.
No, number 14 never say.
Chicken George.
We don't do number. Oh no, we didn't do number 14. I apologize. Number 14.
Number 14.
Number 14.
No clue.
I don't actually remember him.
No clue.
Trying to blow up stuff.
Tell them, Rudi.
Joker.
Crazy Harry.
Crazy Harry.
Harry.
I told ya.
Oh,
Number 15. Number 15.
Pimp George.
Come on, Tasha, man. You let me down, man. Tasha,
I'm telling you, this is way before my time. I'm talking about man like
You're funny, Sugar. I was a kid, Sugar. I was a kid. Yeah.
You depend jogs them time there, yo. Wow.
From poles to drugs.
Wow.
Number 15. Come on.
God.
Come on.
Come on, Astrid.
George the Pimp.
George the Pimp.
What's...
I like that.
I don't know.
All right then. Think Ivory.
Ebony and Ivory?
No. Okay. His name is Dr. Teeth.
Doctor who?
Teeth.
Teeth.
Dr. Teeth.
Oh, the gold teeth.
Dr. Teeth. You know when Rudi say, like in a film language you couldn't understand, so me put it down. Dr. Teeth.
Teeth. Teeth, man.
I'm trying to see when they first aired the Muppets.
Oh, that's a good question, actually. Not sure.
To see the age
to work that one out.
Yeah, late 70s, early 80s, I believe. I think.
Right, we have run over by 15 minutes today, but I think it was well worth it, especially as our guest this morning, Mr. Tez, filled us up with so much information and doing all of that great work. All we can do at this stage is we're all going to have to say bye at the same time because we've really have run over. And let's talk in the green room for a while. So,
bye.
Good. Yeah,
after three, we say bye at the same time. After three. Ready? 1, 3, bye.
Bye.
No. Do it again. After 3, we say bye. 1, 1.5. 2 3/4.
We will all talk in the green room, all right? So go just
3. Come on, say bye. Bye.
15 minutes with DJ Country Man and Rudi Lickwood. Saturday morning mayhem with 2 entertainment heavyweight. Join them with interviews, comedy and quizzes.
Child support money for you or something.
I'll cancel that, Babs.
Rudi Lickwood from the world of comedy and DJ Country Man for the world of music.
Morning, darling.
Hey, everyone. Hey, Plush.
So, I can start.
My internet's awful.
Just like me, travel over London and see my people shall free. We got to be
Join them for interviews, comedy, and quizzes with the yes and no game.
Hello. Hello. DJ Goodbye. 2 times, 3 times.
He's gone.
So the
He's gone, man. He's gone.
15 minutes with Rudi, Lickwood, and DJ Country Man. Saturday mornings, gonna be the same again.
Oh yeah.
Hi.
Hey.